Let's hope it deals with 1080p well, or I'm gonna have to dial down. Waiting for the page to reload. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pineapples Pixels podcast. I am your host, Pineapple the Fruit. This is your fellow host.
Me.
Yes. So there wasn't too much. Well, that's not true. I am a little tired today, so I'm not gonna be very coherent. But that's always the best stuff is when you're not coherent,
Yeah.
because you don't have to be funny when you're non-coherent, because no one's gonna understand you anyways. Um,
Yeah,
how's it going, Apis?
we have about 2 weeks to talk about today, I think.
We do.
Um, yeah. I'm going. I
I'm
sure am
going.
currently
Where are you
going.
going?
I don't know. Forward in life.
Do we need? Are you being kidnapped?
No.
Okay. Alrighty.
You messing
Where are
with
you
paper.
going? I don't know.
No, I said forward in life.
Yeah.
I am progressing through time.
How many hours do you have on your real life save file?
I don't know yet. I'm currently moving at the speed of
What are you typing? Are you
I am
checking your
currently
freaking
moving
speed
at 30
machine?
kilometers per second, as well as you. We all are. I am on Earth. Earth is constantly moving. We just don't
We
notice it.
just don't know.
Anyways, let's see. So, Mario is Super Saiyan.
Mario went Super Saiyan, and Bowser did that thing Bowser just
Mario the
turned into Venom.
Bowser the Kaiju.
Bowser is Venom.
Bowser became Godzilla Bowser. Bowser is now a Japanese kaiju.
Oh my god! Did you hear his name did you hear his name in Japan? Because it's so much cooler in the
What
U.S.
did they
than it is.
name him?
He
And
is
what did they name him
called
here?
he's called just like Fury Bowser.
Oh.
In Japan, he's called the God Slayer Bowser.
This guy, why can't we have
What?
that name?
Yeah, that's so
They get
cool.
God Slayer Bowser, and we get
He's kind of
Gary
mad.
Bowser. He Angie Bowser. Bowser, but Angie.
But kind of just a little frustrated.
Bowser, but he's fucking pissed.
Bowser, but he's dripping.
No.
Also,
Let's.
that trailer was very odd. It looks very cool though. It doesn't look like
I.
the traditional Super Mario 3D World experience, which I
Mm-mm.
very much appreciate. Because even though Super
Yeah.
Mario 3D World, in my opinion, is a pretty good game, definitely not the best game in the Mario series, but it's a pretty decent game.
Mhm.
It can get very repetitive just because of how the game is made. So I'm very
Yeah.
glad that they're switching kind of maybe not total
More.
gameplay styles, but it definitely
Mhm.
looks like we're gonna get more variation in the scenery.
I think it's more open world from what I can see. Like, it's not Mario Odyssey open world, but it does take cues from Mario Odyssey in that it seems to be open level design.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not enter a level. There's no end point from what I
It
can
also
tell.
just looks like really weird.
It does, and I like
Like
that. It looks really
everything is
dark and
water.
weird. Yeah,
It's
I
all
like
water
that. I
based,
like
which
when Nintendo does
it's
stuff.
so which okay, I'm so happy that they're making these callbacks back to Super Mario Sunshine cuz like
Hmm.
everything cuz it's definitely supposed to be in a more like vacationy watery place, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Everything really seems kind of watery.
Hmm.
And Bowser Jr.'s back with his abilities from Super Mario Sunshine, and
Yeah,
that's
he can
sick.
paint now.
He
He
can
can paint
paint.
now. Bowser Jr. acquired Bob Ross powers.
Oh my god, hell yeah, he did. Huh.
It looks cool. I like the dark theme they're going with. I like that there are more of those games starting to happen with Nintendo because Breath
Oh
of the
yeah,
Wild 2 has the same style, and I like
it
when
looks
Nintendo does that.
so sick. Bowser, this is the
I'm gonna
first
buy it
time.
in February.
This is the first time Bowser has ever looked intimidating. I don't,
Maybe.
I don't know if I'll buy it just because I have already nearly 100%ed the original
Hmm.
just out of complete boredom. And when you put the time to complete nearly every level with every character and collect every green
Yeah,
star, you don't want to play the game anymore.
that's fair. I'm gonna get it because I didn't torture myself with it, and this looks cool, and it does look better. And I think yeah, they did add it. They did edit stuff, right? Yeah, they edited the combat, and I think they were a bit faster.
I
Visuals are better looking. Not the combat, the jumps, the move style.
the
I think there's an
movement
online
online.
that's gonna end terribly.
Huh.
It's gonna run at 2 frames per day,
And
and then it'll crash.
it'll crash in two
It will.
frames per day.
It will. Nintendo's online is shit.
It's so awful.
But
It's
anyways,
so inexcusably awful.
yeah.
But that's not a tangent
But
for
yeah, I'm
today.
gonna get it. But yeah, I'll
um,
probably get the game. It looks fun.
yeah, I should probably get it too, just to
If you
compare
want
and
to.
contrast. I don't really,
Mm,
I'm not really super. I think it's cool. I'm very happy that they're remaking it.
yeah.
Because it was definitely a game that needed porting because no one's gonna go buy a Wii U to play it, but it wasn't a bad game.
Mhm. Yeah.
And with the new added stuff, it definitely looks very good. So I'm glad they're porting it, but I
Yeah.
just don't know if I'm going to play it.
Hmm. Yeah. It looks really good. I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
In other news, EA lost their exclusivity deal. With Star Wars.
Oh, I thought I did. I thought you were just gonna stop at exclusivity deal, and I was like, just to everything.
To everything, EA lost EA.
EA
EA
can
lost the ability to have letters in their name. They
they
are now 1-2.
1, 2. They now have to write their name in binary. But
Yeah, they lost their Star Wars exclusivity deal. Disney is now allowing anyone that they choose to have and make a Star Wars game
thank
make a Star Wars
fucking
game.
god.
Yeah. Speaking
I
of that,
miss
by the
Disney
way,
Interactive Studios. Anyways,
oh, I do
onward.
too. Um, Speaking of them choosing studios, Activision, not Activision,
No.
Ubisoft.
Oh
Fuck
no.
Ubisoft is making an open world Star Wars game. That's how we kind of find out about that. But
I
also
like
they
how you
rebranded it.
listed like the three companies, like the three companies that you listed: EA, Ubisoft. What was the other one?
Activision.
Activision are like the three companies I wouldn't want touching this anymore because they are all
Yeah.
exactly the same company.
What happened with Ubisoft?
Ubisoft is just doesn't make good games.
Oh. Oh.
Hold on, what has Ubisoft made?
They made the Mario Rabbit game.
They made like, well, that's not true. They're one of
Oh.
they're the people that make like Assassin's Creed and like Watch
They make
Dogs and stuff.
Assassin's Creed. I have no.
So they make good games, but
I
they're
forget that Ubisoft exists a lot of the time, and I just blend it in with Activision for some reason.
oh yeah,
So
like
I
they
didn't realize they
definitely
made this.
they definitely make good games, but they're very repetitive. Like they made Rayman, that was
Yeah.
good, but their
Mhm.
original games like Rayman are very few and far between.
Hmm.
A
Well,
lot
we'll
of these
see.
games are cash-ins.
Yeah, some of them are good. I heard Immortal Phoenix Rising was a good game.
They made Immortal. Okay, yeah. So they make good games. They just on their really original and amazing stuff. They're very few and far between. And that's because if it wasn't, we would all
Yeah.
hate it because that's what happened with Assassin's Creed.
Hmm. Let's just hope this works. Let's just hope this is good. It's better than EA at least. Even if the game
Yeah.
is shit, it won't be an EA game.
Very excited to see what Ubisoft is gonna do. I don't like
Mhm.
I don't like the prospect of them making an open world game
Yeah.
because they just make so many open world games. I mean, I
Hmm.
guess if you want someone to make an open world game, then like EA is the one to, or not EA, Ubisoft is the one to go for because they have a lot of experience in doing it, very obviously.
Hmm.
But and the prospect um of a
An
Star
open world
Wars
Star
open
Wars
world
at
game,
all.
because that's not just open world, that's open universe, my guy.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is we've never had one. We've never had a Star Wars open world game, which is really weird to think about.
Hey, wait,
'Cause I
hold
guess
on.
what kind of happened was,
It would just be so taxing on any computer
hmm,
because
yeah, probably.
they just didn't have we
Um,
haven't had the technology to do it until as
well, that
of a few years
it,
ago.
it's a mix of that and also Star Wars kind of skipped the open world age because EA got an exclusivity deal, and EA
Oh
didn't want to
yeah.
try to make good games. They wanted to make online games. They didn't want to make an open world game, so
Sorry, the way you worded that was really funny to me. The fact that you separated, they didn't want to make a good game. They wanted to make an online game.
yeah. Well, they wanted to make a game they can make money out of.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they kind of skipped that era of single player games because there weren't single player Star Wars games because EA wanted to just make money and not make games. So it'll be very interesting. They actually were gonna get an open world Star Wars game. It was called 3434 or 3131. I forget which number
Is
exactly,
it
but
3431?
maybe. But it was really impressive looking, and a lot of people were excited for it. Then it got canceled because EA got the rights to Star Wars.
Oh, is this the story? Is that the game that Disney Interactive Studios is making before it got shut down?
I think so. Yeah, it got shut down because EA got that exclusivity deal, and then that open world Star Wars game got canceled. So maybe we'll get something like that. I hope
It'll be
so.
so sick, and I'm glad Disney finally went to their senses and saw the
Yeah,
industry for what it is and went, we could do better.
yeah. Interestingly enough, though, there's no exclusivity deal with anyone now, meaning anybody can make a Star Wars game.
As long as
Who
they're
would you like
approved.
to see? Yeah, as long as they're approved by Disney.
Um, I think Insomnia would make a pretty fire Star Wars game,
Insomniac game? Yeah, I think they'd do a really good job.
especially since they've dealt with IPs really well
Yeah,
before.
really well, start with
Um,
Spider-Man and such. Who made the Batman games?
I think it was Ubisoft. Hold on.
Hmm. Because I could see
Batman.
a really good Mandalorian game being made by the people who
Oh,
made the Batman games.
that would be sick.
Hmm.
Rocksteady Studios. What is this?
Rocksteady, yeah. I think Rocksteady would be good for like a Mandalorian-based Star Wars game.
Who published Arkham Knight?
Yeah, they made DC games.
Warner Bros. Interactive published it, and then
Yeah,
Rocksteady actually makes it.
developed it. So I'd like to see Rocksteady try. Another developer, and this one's kind of obvious. I imagine most people already are aware of this choice, but Obsidian obviously would make sense for them to try it because they made KOTOR. Like,
Oh yeah.
duh. The people who made Knights of the Old Republic should probably try and make a new Star Wars game, or maybe a
Hmm.
remake. That would be nice to see. Fans
Yeah,
tried
if
to
we
do
started
that
getting
and they got shut
remakes.
down.
But the thing is, Disney is the big $1 billion company, And I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to be going to smaller studios, hence why they went to Ubisoft. They're not really going to accept people that aren't
Hmm.
other big billion-dollar companies.
Well, technically, Obsidian is a Microsoft IP now.
I don't know. I still think that they're only going to go for the big Goliaths. I
Hmm.
don't think they're going to go to Microsoft as a whole company and be like, "Make us
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Make us Star Wars.
Make us Star Wars."
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky though. I mean, I could see
Huh.
Obsidian showing them like a really impressive demo and being like, "Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks cool."
I don't know. I just don't
Or like a petition starts, maybe.
I really don't think that people at Disney are scouting for good game developers. They're just
Yeah.
scouting for the most popular ones. Again,
Well,
hence why
they
they went
might
for
not be.
Ubisoft.
Well, they might not be because like I think they did that with EA, and they learned their lesson.
It's Disney though.
Yeah, they don't tend to do that.
That would be so out of character. We can hope all we want, but I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe if a petition starts and they see there's like a high demand for Obsidian, then again, Obsidian may not even want to do a Star Wars
Oh
game.
yeah. Obsidian probably has other
Or
projects
they
right now.
yeah, they may not even be good at a Star Wars game anymore. We don't know. It's been so long
Oh
since they
yeah, they
made
did
one.
Outer Worlds, right? Is that the company that did Outer Worlds?
Yeah, they made Outer Worlds and it was okay. It was
I mean,
poorly
it was
optimized,
okay.
but I
It
never finished
definitely
it.
handled the intergalactic stuff well, but
Yeah, that was good, which is why I think they'd be great with Star Wars, but it was very poorly optimized, that game. I might check it
oh
out again
no,
now that
yeah, it
my
was
PC's
awful.
a bit better running, but the optimization did not go
It
well.
ran okay on my computer,
Hmm.
but I lost interest after one of my companions completed their character arc. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I was I was only interested in one of my companions and then I was done after their story was done. I was like, I'm
Yeah,
good. This is all I wanted.
yeah, it didn't have the same um, keeping you into it as New Vegas
Oh
did.
yeah, there's no hook.
Not much of a hook. You just kind of
Well,
show up and it's like,
I guess there is
"Fuck you,
supposed
here
to
you
be a
go."
hook. There is kind of supposed to be a hook where it's like, "Oh, you gotta save me. I'm a criminal." But that's not nearly as enticing as, dude, this
Yeah,
guy just fucked you up. You better go get your revenge.
they
Or
basically drop
like,
you into the world and just go, "So, did you know that capitalism is terrible?
huh.
Anyways, no hook for you."
And
Which, I
it's
mean,
not.
it does a good job with that. It does a great job with that. It does a really good job with the premise of extreme capitalism, and it really explores it well.
Oh yeah, no,
But
it
there's no
does.
hook.
There's no reason
Can I at
to
least just
want
have
to
a
go
business?
explore that. Like I can go
Like,
look at it and go, this is fucked up, but
yeah,
why
the
should
first
I?
mission was great, but like, I need a hook. I have no goal. I can't even remember what I needed to do. What was the goal?
I don't remember, dude. It's been so long since I
Neither of
played.
us remember. See, that's the problem. Fallout New Vegas set that hook up immediately. The first thing you see when it loads up is you get shot in the fucking head.
It was very well programmed. I just think they need better writers. But if they got better writers, they would be set.
Better writers and better optimizers, I think, because it could definitely be better
Mm-hmm.
optimized. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the type of game that looks like it would be taxing on a PC, so the fact that it ran badly is not a great sign. A lot of texture pop-ins. I think, yeah, just
And
better
also, don't make a
optimizers,
switch port
better
this
writing.
time. Please, just don't do it. Don't even bother. Like
Don't
it'll be
touch the
fine.
Switch port. Your Switch will literally melt in your hand. It will explode and
Mm-hmm.
die. It's a terrible idea. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Okay, yeah. I'll listen. All I'm saying is, if you play a game, if a company's gonna make any game, a Switch port should really be a last resort thing. And if you
Yeah,
attempt it and it doesn't lag, or if it's unplayable, why release it?
yeah.
If it's already not super well optimized on PC, why would you go for something like Switch?
It's not worth the effort. Don't try to do that,
Uh
please.
huh.
Um. Anyway, speaking of Fallout New Vegas, did you know that game is horribly, terribly designed when it comes to how it's just runs on a computer.
I have experienced this firsthand.
I have
Oh
too.
my
All
god.
fucking week. All week I've experienced this.
Huh.
What were they thinking? So back in 2010, Bethesda went up to Obsidian and was like, "Hey, I want a Fallout game. You make it." They're like, "Okay, we'll make one of the best Fallout games ever made." Oh, that sounds great. But we're gonna make it in a 32-bit source engine. What? We're gonna make it a
It's
32-bit program. It's 2010. That hasn't been standard, so we're gonna make it 32-bit.
it's so poorly optimized, especially in my experience where unless you get community fixes, it will randomly crash just from you
Mhm.
minimizing the game. That was a
Before I go and
consistent
angry about this, I
problem.
want to point out the game itself is great.
No, it's a fantastic game.
Obsidian got screwed over by Bethesda. I like telling the story because it shows how shitty Bethesda was. They didn't pay them essentially because I think it was like they needed to get a certain amount to get like a lot of like the payment for it,
Yeah.
and they were like 10% short, and thus Bethesda didn't pay them. So that was just horrible. I blame Bethesda entirely for this. Um, but yeah, angry time now. Fallout New Vegas is horribly designed. Who makes a 32-bit operating? Who makes a 32-bit program game? I can only have it run with 4 gigabytes of RAM. If I install
Huh.
any mods past that, it just breaks.
It is so
Constant
awful.
crashes.
Even
It will,
before.
even if you don't have mods installed, which you
Oh
basically
yeah.
have to. The game will literally just randomly crash constantly for no reason.
I had a consistent problem, consistent to where every time I would just alt tab out of the game to go check something on Discord or do literally anything and alt tab in, the game would just shut down.
Hmm.
It
I have
would
that
just
too. I have that. I
crash.
have that exact problem too. Let's see. You had what was
What
it
causes that?
in? I actually think I know why. In VAC, I think the New Vegas anti-crash. I think it's either InVac or the New Vegas tick fix. One of those two has a code. It has code in its line. It has a line of code that basically says that if you tab out of the game, it will crash.
No, this problem happened to me before I installed any mods.
Oh,
This was a
well, it
consistent
could
problem that
also
happened
be
to me
just a
without
problem with
mods.
the game itself, and I think InVac tries to fix it by having it crash in different ways.
Huh.
I was able to edit it to where my PC doesn't crash when it crashes now, just the game
Oh,
does, but
your PC crashed?
multiple times my PC would basically
That never
soft lock.
happened to me, and I ran it on a shitty laptop.
When I say crash, I mean it would soft lock. The game would crash so bad that I couldn't click out of it. So I just had to restart my computer to fix that, and that happened a lot.
What?
The game would freeze,
That did
but it
not
would freeze
happen to
so
me.
badly that I
Oh my
couldn't like
god.
exit it. Luckily, it doesn't do that now. That was a very recent fix. And this all culminates together in that it's very sad and upsetting that one of the best fan games I've ever seen is horribly held back by that.
Mm-hmm.
There is a fan game that came out recently called Fallout the Frontier, which is set in Portland, Oregon, and it's really impressive. It is a free fan game. It is the size of New Vegas. Like it's a full-on separate video game with tons of things added. It's really impressive, and it's a buggy mess.
Is there a multiplayer mod for New Vegas?
I don't know. I don't think I want to try.
Well, I was gonna say if there was, we could always stream it together.
Hmm.
Cause we have both our YouTube channels, linked in the description, and featured
Yeah.
channels. You know, 8-Bit just started uploading clips
Yes.
of parts from our podcast, just our favorite clips. First one, I think the only one that's been uploaded now is the Malaysia incident. I don't know if that's the only one.
Hmm. It is.
Okay,
I'm gonna add more soon though.
but you cut it off
Yeah,
really
I'll
well.
have Yeah, I did actually. I did that on purpose.
Yeah, it was
I
funny.
was trying to get it to cut well. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing highlight reels of our podcast on my channel. So if you want to just see the funniest moments, go to my channel.
Very good, very good, very happy, very good. And if you want
um,
content, don't go to mine. I haven't streamed in months, man. I want to stream
for,
more because I was inspired by a friend that I met that is a fellow streamer to want to keep streaming again, but I haven't found the time because of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, no, I get that. Remember to like, subscribe, link, download, eat the video,
Download and
um,
eat the video.
throw the video, anything you can possibly do to
If
dislike
you
it too.
are not
Fucking dislike it as
printing
well.
out a picture of our icons and shredding them upon impact, what are you even doing here?
Re-download our video again. Print out every single frame of
Put it on
and put it
MySpace.
into a book.
If there
Upload
is
our
not a
entire
Facebook group
podcast
with
to
all of our
Facebook.
videos on it, what is even why are we even here? I
I want my own body spray.
want my own body spray. If we do
Um,
not have an official Pineapples and Pixels tattoo partner parlor within 2 months.
no. Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Let's not go to tattoos.
Oh, a tattoo parlor. Okay, I heard you wrong.
What did you think? Okay, well, I'm not gonna ask.
Nope.
Oh,
I'm okay with the tattoo parlor thing. Back to Fallout the Frontier.
how did we do that? Okay, yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah. It's a really good looking mod. I'm really impressed by what they were able to accomplish. Like the world building is impressive, is really impressive. The story is pretty good. It's really good actually. There's full on voice acting. So much voice acting. Every character is voice acted.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This has been in development for 10 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's space. You can go to space in this. It's set, like I said, it's set in Portland, Oregon, and it is a nuclear winter, which is fitting. It's set, but yeah, it's a nuclear winter. It's actually it's technically linked to Fallout New Vegas, so technically it's Fallout New Vegas 2 because you're still the courier. You canonically are
Oh.
still the courier. You just go there.
Why did he end up in can you give a
Uh,
spoiler free explanation for why he ends up in Oregon?
a I can give an explanation that has very minimal spoilers. You'll still have spoilers, but they're not like really things. Like there are things you'll encounter very fast into the game, very quickly.
Okay.
So basically, a group of people that don't like being part of they were part of the NCR, but they separated from them because they don't like them anymore for reasons. Are setting up a new place in Portland, Oregon, or as they're calling it, the Frontier, and they notice you, and basically a scout comes along and he's like, "Hey, come join us," and you
Oh.
go with him, and that's how you get to Portland, Oregon. Because yeah, and it's very
Like
open
he's a
ended.
famous
There's a lot of
courier.
different options. Huh?
Yeah, because he's probably pretty famous after what he did.
He is. They actually acknowledge that he's well known as like the courier. So you can pretty much play that, I think, whenever you want. You can play it after the end of the game, or you can play it immediately, which is really cool. It's basically Fallout New Vegas 2, and it's really impressive. There's tons of new weapons, tons of new combat things. It takes it to the limit of
Oh yeah.
New Vegas, and it very much does take it to the limit because it's a buggy mess, which isn't their fault, I don't think, too much. Although there are a lot of bugs, to be fair, and a lot of their hot fixes, which they're throwing out. They're doing so many fixes for it. They're doing constant hot fixes. I've downloaded at least 5 since it came out, and it just came out yesterday. So, of course, it's a buggy mess. It just released, and it's a fan game for New Vegas. So this isn't something that's not surprising for me. Some other people have been fine. It's been 50-50 for the most part. Some people have downloaded the mod and had zero issues. Other people have not been able to play it. I've been very close to not being able to play it. Constant crashes, constant bug issues. I will have characters just not load in.
Oh
It's very
wow.
difficult to get through. But there are bug fixes coming out, and most interestingly, there. This is really cool that they actually have this. They actually got it on Steam. It's
I
not there yet because they had to have. They had an issue where Steam wanted to re-look at it for some weird reason recently, so they had to re-examine it. So they're doing that right now. But the game will be going to Steam. So if you
yeah,
have
I
Fallout
have.
New Vegas and all the DLC, the four main ones at least, you can go to Steam and download this once it's
Oh,
up there.
and if you get it on Steam, it'll automatically update itself
Yes.
because it's Steam, so you don't have to update with all the
Yeah.
hotfixes. And it can be
Mm-hmm.
a separate modded situation from
Mm-hmm. Fallout New
for
Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas. Yeah.
And by the time the Steam version comes out, it'll probably be significantly more stable.
Oh yeah.
If you want to get it now and just try it, you can go to nexus.com and they should be up there. You can download it. It's very large, so be aware of that. I think
Hmm.
30 gigabytes. It's a very
Oh yeah.
large mod.
Are you
It's a
serious?
full on game. It's a full on game. It is the size of New
New
Vegas.
Vegas is not even 30 gigabytes.
I know. It's
Oh
a
my
big mod.
god.
It's a big mod. And then there's a bunch of compatibility mods that you'll probably want to get. So just go
It's
to
a
the
lot of
Discord. They
maintenance.
have there's a lot you have to do. I would advise for the average person,
I would
just
say
wait for the Steam
do
release. It'll
not
be easier.
do not attempt to play this mod unless you are unless you're already very familiar. Okay, this is very obvious. Do not play this mod
Yeah.
unless you've already played Fallout New Vegas. But also do not
Oh
play
yeah.
this mod unless you are very familiar with how to fix New Vegas's problems and the modding situation of New Vegas.
hmm
Although, yeah, I'm totally going to probably rip my save file from my old laptop and put it on my PC, and then maybe boot up the
Yeah.
mod whenever it comes out.
Oh, speaking of which, they advise you use a new save file for playing the game through.
Why?
Just makes it easier. They'll have bug issues. It is advised, for the most part, the game is designed to be played immediately.
But you can play it from the
If you
first.
want to, if you really want to risk it, but it might corrupt and it might have bugs and issues just in general because just how that works. You know, mods you have, etc. It's advised that you have a new save file for
I'll
it.
look back up my save file, and I want all my items. I have so many items and so much money on that save file. I'm not gonna give it up that easily, but you don't know
You can
amount
try.
of hours I've spent duping money so I could pay off the stupid guy.
Yeah, it's not recommended, but you can try.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna play this, which I do advise trying it out, it's really cool. Just wait for the Steam release. It should be a few days, honestly. It shouldn't take that long.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to come out
Unless
yesterday,
Steam
but
looks at
Steam
it and
had a
goes,
weird
"This is
issue.
awful." How did they even get it on Steam? Wouldn't they need Bethesda's approval?
I think they did get their approval.
Really?
They basically contacted Bethesda, was like, "Hey, can we put this on Steam?" And they went, "Yeah, sure." And so
That is
now
the
it's on
coolest
Steam.
thing Bethesda has did ever.
Yeah. So that's a fan mod. It's the size of a Fallout game.
Why does
I think
Bethesda
Bethesda's.
have to be the company that
Yeah,
realizes that they're not going to make any more money off their old games? Why
I
does it
know,
have to be
right?
Bethesda?
So basically, their rules are as long as as long as it's built from the ground up. So you can't, for example, port things from one of their games to a new game. A good example would be Fallout 4 New Vegas, which is a remake of Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And the way Bethesda's rules work is they have to redo all of the voice work themselves because they can't use any of Bethesda's work.
Yeah.
They have to remake the entire game themselves. It
That
has to
makes
be a
sense.
genuine remake. That's their only real issue with it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look it up right now, you can actually see Fallout: The Frontier is on Steam. It's not downloadable yet, but there is a page for it,
That is so
which is
sick.
really cool.
I'm very
So yeah,
excited
once it
about that.
shows up on Steam, try it. Just try downloading it, see how it
Oh
runs.
yeah, it'll be so much fun, man.
All of the necessary mods that you would have to download if you're doing it manually will already be installed with that. So
Oh
just
really?
get the Steam version. Yeah, like the 4 GB patcher and stuff.
I hope that
So you don't have
me
to mod this.
I hope that me grabbing all my mods from my other save file and
Mm,
installing them, other than maybe like the Hitman mod, because who needs the Hitman mod?
yeah.
Because I have a bunch of weapons that are tied to that, and I
Hmm.
wouldn't like to lose that. It's gonna be a whole experience getting to see if this works with my old save file.
It probably won't. There's a whole list. If you go to the Discord, there's a list of mods that are compatible and mods that are broken with it. It's the I would suggest for the average person, just get the Steam
Don't
version when
be
it comes
me.
out. Don't even mod it.
Don't
Yeah,
be me.
maybe. Yeah, don't
I
be Ethan.
am
Ethan's trying to.
stupid stubborn.
Yeah, Ethan is attempting to put a square in a circular hole. That's what he's trying to do, and he's gonna break the hole.
But it's a really cool square.
It is a cool square, but it doesn't go in the hole. You have a square hole over there.
But listen, if somebody told me, take this square, and if it was like a diamond square, and they said if you take this square and you're able to fill it, and you're able to put it in this circular hole, then we'll let you keep the square. But if you're not able to, then we're gonna take the square away. I'm gonna try pretty darn hard to put the square back in the
Yeah,
hole.
I will be right back.
Oh, that was a really long-winded metaphor for 8-Bit to leave after. Um, So, on a different note, on a company not so great. Well, okay, well, this is the same. Microsoft kind of fucked me this week because a new Windows update came out, and as I'm sure most of us know, Windows Update is like the worst thing. I don't know why it is the worst thing, but it is consistently almost always making Windows just worse. Like there was a data leak because of it a while back. There are just so many problems with Windows Update. I don't know how they get away with it. But specifically recently, after this newest Windows Update, because I don't know how to disable it, um, all of, and specifically all of my Game Pass installations that weren't installed after the update installed were broken. I couldn't access any of my Xbox Game Pass games just because it said that the drive that they were located on was offline, which wasn't true because I had other games installed on that drive from Steam and those worked. So Xbox screwed me and just broke all of my games on Xbox Game Pass, and I'm guessing it was from the Windows update because it didn't happen before that. And the only way I could fix it is by doing this super stupid fix where you go to like a a place in your settings where you go
All right, I'm
default
back. Sorry
save
about
file.
that.
I'm telling them the Windows story if you want me to tell you about it.
Ooh, I want to do
Um,
that.
so Windows Update fucked me over all again. So basically, what happened is after Windows Update, none of my Game Pass installations worked.
Ooh,
Whenever
that's
I would
not
go to
good.
play them, I have like 20 games on Game Pass by the way downloaded. So
Hmm.
this is like at least
A
100
lot,
gigabytes worth of
yeah.
stuff I'd be losing. I would it was so I would go to boot the game and it would say the device this was installed on is now offline, which is just blatantly not true because
Hmm.
I have other games installed on that drive
Yeah.
on Steam and
Ethan,
the
can we
Steam
check
games
something real
work
quick? I want to make
fine.
sure you can hear me.
I don't know why they wouldn't be able to hear you.
They probably not. I just want to make sure.
I have an alias pulled up, and you're not muted.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say they would have commented on it.
Yeah.
But they just absolutely screwed me over. And none of my Game Pass installations worked, and I had this fix in my head, which I don't know how this fixes it, but and for context, my drive wasn't down because I had other games installed on Steam on that drive, and they worked perfectly fine. So I went, Halo, because Halo is extremely broken on Xbox Game Pass. Do not get it on Xbox Game Pass, because if you do not install it on your primary drive, it just doesn't work at all. It didn't work for me, and it's a consistent problem people have. And it's absurd to ask people to install it on their main drive, because there are not a lot of people that are going to use a very big drive for their main drive, because those are very expensive.
I have like 200 gigabytes maximum.
That's basically what I have on mine. And Halo's a 100 gigabyte game, so don't get Halo on Game Pass. Not good. Game Pass is so dumb in a lot of ways, but it's a very good service, but it is not a good service. But I had this stupid fix where for some reason, if you go into your Windows settings and go to the default save locations and you change the games drive to your regular drive and then change it back to your X drive, it would fix the Halo installation.
Jesus.
So I had that thought of, oh, I wonder if this will fix all my games. So I did it, and it did. But also, how in the world am I supposed to know to do that if I didn't know about it before Halo happened? And if it was a problem that could have been fixed by whatever changing the default save location for things all, I didn't even transfer the files. I just changed where it said the files were going in the future to be automatically saved. I changed it to my regular drive and back to my games drive, and that fixed it. How, if whatever that does fixes it, why is this a problem in the first place?
Yeah, you should tweet that to them. They might respond on Twitter.
Maybe. I don't want to talk to a bot, ape it. And also, I don't want to mess with their poor social media consultant that probably doesn't even know what's happening. But
good point.
Microsoft Game Pass is an excellent service, but not a good experience.
Yeah, it's a good service, but the app is shit.
I will still recommend Game Pass, but only if you are an incredibly patient person. Like, during this whole thing, I wasn't mad, but I was mad looking back on this.
I need water.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't mad while it was happening, but I was mad thinking back on it, because it is incredibly stupid. But if you are a patient person, especially with technology like I am, I know a lot of people that aren't, and that's fine. But I'm very much a problem solver.
Okay.
So I have a lot of patience with problems. But if you're not a patient person, Game Pass is not going to work for you.
Yeah.
Because it is a extremely buggy service that recently, is it still in beta? Because it is no longer charging the beta prices. Because it was in beta, and I don't think they changed anything, and they took it out of beta and then raised it out of the beta price. So it is no longer $5 a month. They raised it to $10 a month and said, this is a finished project. Right. And they didn't change anything. So I don't know what the hell they mean by this is a finished project. No, it is not. But if you want a library of dozens and dozens and dozens of free games that are all really, really good, yes, go get Xbox Game Pass. It is very good. Unless you don't like dealing with weird bullshit like that. Because it is a consistent problem I have had with Game Pass. Is it throwing super weird bullshit with even more bullshit obscure fixes that shouldn't work.
In other news with Game Pass, they did recently add Injustice 2 and What Remains of Edith Finch, which are both
Yes! I'm
fantastic
going to
games.
stream What Remains of Edith Finch soon because that sounds
Oh, that's a
awesome.
great game. Be
I.
prepared though, because it is a it's a dark game. It's a messed up game. You're gonna have a lot of this is messed up moments, but it is so good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's a good game.
Also, Injustice 2, I don't know why, but I had it in my head that it was a PlayStation exclusive. I don't know why I had it in my head. It's
Yeah.
not, so I was just wrong. But the fact that it came to Game Pass is pretty cool, because I didn't even know it was on PC.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And Injustice is a very good game. I just don't like
Same
that
with
type
Tetris
of fighting
Effect.
game.
They added Tetris Effect.
Oh yeah, Tetris Effect was added a while back. That was really surprising. Although it's sad that they don't allow VR support with it for some reason. You have to
Yeah.
buy it on other things to get the VR support. But I don't care. I'm probably
I'm
gonna
gonna
buy it
check
anyways.
I'm gonna
It's
check out Tetris Effect eventually.
it is a pretty amazing game. Although I will say, my enjoyment it is not nearly as good when not playing in the virtual reality setting. Just because it's still probably the most interesting way to play Tetris. Like if you
Yeah.
don't like Tetris, if you don't like Tetris or don't think you'll like Tetris, play Tetris Effect because it is the first Tetris game that I think will appeal to non-Tetris players.
There is Tetris 99. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. So Tetris Effect is very good for people that aren't really into Tetris because it's just a cool experience on its own. But it is like mesmerizing in that
Yeah.
virtual reality setting, and the game is heavily lifted up by it, and you just don't get the same effect at all without it, and it sucks. Like I have it on Game Pass and PS4, and I have PSVR and PS4, and I will say Game Pass version does run better, and the multiplayer edition is really cool. PS4 doesn't have multiplayer for whatever stupid reason, but I would take the PS4 version over it any day, just because I wouldn't play that game if it didn't have VR support, because it is so heavily lifted up by it. At least for an experienced Tetris player, which I'm not gonna say I'm like a really good, but I've played it for a very long time. So I like the game a lot. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong. I am a very critical mood.
I think a new Indiana Jones game got announced.
That's cool.
I think Bethesda's making it.
That's not so cool.
Yeah, I think Bethesda's making it.
Skyrim, Indiana Jones.
But this is Microsoft owned Bethesda. This will be the first game we see
Just
with
complained
Microsoft
for
published
10 minutes
for-
about how Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass sucks ass.
Yeah, maybe their games will have quality control.
Yeah.
Or maybe this won't be shit because Lucasfilm Games, which is what holds like, which by the way is what Star Wars stuff got rebranded to. It's Lucasfilm Games now. So we'll see. It's not the type of game I would envision Bethesda making, though.
No. No,
Like, at
no, I
all.
understand.
Yeah.
It is very much within their brand, especially with the Elder Scrolls series. 'Cause Elder Scrolls series is all about exploring, and especially with like the whole dungeon feel. It's very much about exploring, and they've dealt with level design like that before, where there are like booby traps and dungeons, and they've dealt with so much stuff and
Hold
that
on.
kind of
Machine
stuff.
Games is making it. That makes
Oh.
more sense.
Okay, well,
The people who made Wolfenstein are making it.
ooh,
The executive producer is Todd Howard.
well, Bethesda.
We'll see what happens, but
I
Well, to
think
be
it'll
fair,
be
Machine Games
pretty
fucked up their
good.
last game.
I think it'll be fine at most. I mean, I not at most. I think it'll be fine at least, cause
Hmm.
I'm really desperate for a good game from Bethesda.
Yeah,
That isn't
just hope they
Doom.
don't mess it up. I don't think Microsoft wants any ill will towards Bethesda or any PR disaster again because they have to deal with that now. So I
Oh
think they're
yeah.
gonna do what they can to at least make sure that doesn't happen this time.
No more data leaking from Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, no
Um,
more Fallout 76, basically.
just please don't do it again.
Hmm.
It can't be that hard to just
It's weird how that keeps happening in the gaming industry, though. We've had two versions of Fallout 76 fiascos now.
have we?
One from a good studio.
Oh, Cyberpunk. Ooh,
Cyberpunk was a disaster so
it's
far.
so awful.
We've been over it before, but like, woo, bugs everywhere.
Oh,
The game does not run well.
I feel bad. I still feel bad for the PS4 and Xbox One players that just got the game
Oh
ripped out of
yeah,
their
totally.
hands.
It's awful. The poor developers too, who had to suffer crunch time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that game,
I can't believe that we're letting games like this slip by.
we shouldn't be. I'm probably not gonna get it now. I don't even. I mean, I couldn't run it to
No,
begin
I'm
with,
not
but
gonna
now
get
I don't
Fallout
think I want to.
76. Or not Fallout 76. I'm not gonna get that either. But I'm not gonna get. I was never gonna get Cyberpunk. As soon as I heard about all the stuff, because I was like, this is just
Yeah.
not worth it. I'll
Mm-mm.
watch other people play it and get the exact same enjoyment out of it. Because it's
Yeah.
just gonna
I
be
don't really
pointing at
want
a
to play
glitch
it.
and saying this
I've
is
heard
funny.
the cars, like the cars aren't great. The gunplay's okay.
Huh.
It's not the next gen game they were amping it up to be, and with crunch time happening, and with the fact that it's just not been well. Yeah. But
Woodhawker
speaking of
and
this
Beat
game,
'em Ups made a
there
pretty good
was
YouTube video about it.
an apology video.
What do you mean?
They made an apology video.
What does this mean?
I haven't actually watched it.
Are we gonna react to it live on stream?
Do you want to?
Are we gonna get copyrighted again?
I don't know.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they did, I don't know why, but it is very funny to me.
I've heard it's not great.
As all YouTube apologies are. There's like one or two that are like fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they basically said we're sorry. That's it.
well, like we knew you were sorry. Can you go apologize to the developers instead?
Yeah, can you go fix the game
Huh.
and not crunch your developers?
Oh, so
I mean,
awful.
And they're like, and
Can you
people.
fire
I've seen people,
yourselves?
and they're like, I've seen people go on and be like, well, you should have had the $2,000 gaming computer that I spent my life savings on to play it. PC Master Race. Like, come on.
And like, it
First
doesn't
of
even
all,
matter that you have a
this
good
game
PC.
was announced for last gen consoles. This game was announced
Oh yeah.
way back when the PS4 was like the main console and it was supposed to release on it. So the fact that it doesn't run is an obvious example of it not going well.
And the thing is, no matter how good your PC is, the game is still going to be shit because the game is not going to be fixed by a good PC. Sure, it'll be playable, but you'll still have people and cars and everything just appearing out of the ground.
Yeah, I've seen cars just like run
Materialize.
through entire walls. There's one bug where a guy had to give you a chip and he just straight pulled the gun
He
out of
just
his
pulls a
head.
gun out of his head and puts it in your head. He doesn't put it to your
Reoccurring
head, he puts
dialogue.
it in.
That guy took the "I've got guns in my head" song a little too literally. He had a gun in his head. He just pulls it out.
It's so. It's not
Yeah.
good. And again, Beat 'em Ups, Woodhawker made a very good video about it. Where he discusses that the game is not only just bad because of the glitches, it also is just not a very good game. They didn't deliver on most of the things that they promised.
Yeah, it has bad representation for trans people.
I have been too afraid to look that up because of how shit I've heard it is.
Yeah.
I am. God.
And turn out well.
Anyways, because we've already ranted about this for a very long time in other podcasts.
Yeah.
Uh, what do we have? I don't have.
What else? What else has happened?
I don't know.
I'm looking. Oh, I think the Atari console came out.
Is it good?
I don't know. Probably not worth the amount of effort it took.
Well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of. I think that there's definitely a lot of money that they could have gotten out of that, and there's definitely money there, and it's definitely a good console to go back and remake because no one's gonna go through the effort to emulate Atari consoles. It's just a good nostalgia trip.
Hmm.
The WandaVision series came out
Oh yeah, I watched that.
already. It's been out for like 3 days.
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes. It's not the whole
Oh,
series.
I thought you said
They
you
do.
watched the whole series.
The whole series isn't out yet.
Are
They
you
release
really?
it. Yeah, it's just like The Mandalorian. They release it. I think bi-weekly.
I did not
They
know
gave
this.
us two. They might give us 2 episodes bi-weekly. I'm not certain. But yeah, no, I watched the first 2 episodes. That was weird.
Oh,
That was really weird. I
what
liked it.
is it about without spoilers? Or like trailer
Bro,
level
I could
spoilers?
straight up just say what happened in the episode, and you still wouldn't know what the fuck happened.
Give like
I
trailer.
don't know what I watched.
What?
I don't even know what I watched.
It's all happened in one episode, and you're already this
Two
confused.
episodes. 2 episodes, and I'm very confused.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a 1950s to 1960s era sitcom of just Wanda and Vision trying to live a normal life in a normal family, but in the 1950s or 60s in a sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
And just every so very small amounts of an often really weird stuff happens.
So it's like meta.
It's very meta. That's the whole point, I think. So, like, I think there was one part where she's standing there talking to somebody, and then the radio turns on, and it's having somebody saying, like, Wanda, what's happening? Who's doing this to you?
That's not cool. I hate shit like that. It's awful. Oh, I love that type of like media,
Yeah.
but it's so. Oh, it really gets me for some
It's
reason.
some cool shit they do with this, because there's one of them, and there's a watch. There's like they do commercials, and I think the commercials mean something because there was a watch, and it showed off the watch, and it was like, "This is a watch," and it wasn't anything significant until I noticed the Hydra symbol was on it.
What?
It was just a regular commercial for a watch, but then I noticed the Hydra symbol was on the watch when they showed it, and then I realized that it was called the, I think, Strucker or Striker watch, and I looked that up, and that is a Hydra supervillain. So
What?
this is a cool series so far, because there's just weird, tiny meta hints here and there that you might notice, and if you look it up, you get weird shit.
So, do you think that they're finally going to use the whole weird thing? Okay, so there's one part in Avengers Infinity War where Black Panther's sister is going to work on Vision, and he's, I guess, downloading his consciousness from the actual thing. Do you
Mhm.
think, because she obviously did something before she was done, and everyone pointed out, and everyone looked at Marvel and said, "What do they do?" Do you think they're finally going off of that?
Maybe, I don't know. Personally, what I think is happening is because in the comics this happens. Remember, Wanda has mind-based powers,
Uh huh.
and I can probably spoil what happened to Vision, right?
We should spoilers like now. Just spoiler alert for
Okay.
the series and
Not
for.
really the series, but if you've watched Endgame or Infinity War, which everyone has, but if you somehow haven't, spoiler, I
We'll say
guess.
heavy spoilers for Endgame and Infinity War, and light spoilers for WandaVision coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. So Vision is like dead,
Huh.
obviously, and in the comics, Wanda has really strong mind powers, like I said.
Yeah.
So the fact that she has to deal with the trauma of Vision being dead, I think what happened, because in the comics, I don't remember if Vision died or what happened, but House of M basically happened. She just lost it and just distorted reality entirely.
What?
She's so powerful that when she's completely broke down mentally and distorted reality into whatever she wanted it to be. And I think that's what's happening here. I think she's distorted reality because she's breaking down. She had a mental breakdown from Vision's death and is trying to desperately cling on to the memory of Vision
But what's like
and
the whole.
is basically distorting reality into a safe space in her mind so that she doesn't have to focus on the real world.
But what's like the whole thing with the scary woman from the trailer and like the Hydra shit?
I don't
If
know.
she's doing it to herself, then who has somehow invaded her mind?
Maybe. I don't know. That's just a theory. Maybe Hydra's involved doing this as well. Maybe this is
And the
that
radio,
plus Hydra.
this is a really,
I
I
probably,
want to watch the series.
it's so cool. And you barely pick up on it because for the most part, the episodes are just sitcom episodes. And I think every week we're going to get a different sitcom because it, like, the first one was in black and white. And I think next week it's going to be in color. So it'll be a 70s sitcom. It's so weird and meta. It's one of those very artsy type things, and I love that
Yeah,
that's happening because I think this is well known. The superhero genre is horribly bloated, I
horribly.
guess.
Oh yeah, it's very repetitive genre. It's very
It's all just
unoriginal.
action hero guy beat bad guy. So to see a superhero movie take its take this a concept and turn it into a psychological art film or maybe a psychological horror, this is really cool, and I'm all for it.
It would just really fucking suck if they did this new original thing and then immediately did it twice with WandaVision and the new I almost said Doctor Who movie, the new
Doctor
Professor
Strange.
Doctor Strange. I almost said Professor
So
Awkward.
the thing about Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange does actually tie into this.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's apparently going to tie into this series. I think Doctor Strange will be just really out there with Doctor Strange 2, is what I'm hoping for at least.
Yeah.
Originally it was going to be a horror movie. I don't know if it will anymore. But I'm still excited for Doctor Strange 2. I think they'll do something different. I don't think they'll do the same thing as WandaVision.
I
But I think they'll do
think
something just crazy and off the bat, which I just like seeing this. I want to see more superhero stuff, just completely random genre throwing at it.
I
Throw any genre you can find just at the superhero genre and just
Oh
mix it.
yeah. Cuz it's
I want to
not
see
it wouldn't be too
I want to
hard to
see
put
Tony Stark's daily life.
Tony Stark is dead.
Exactly.
I want to watch his grave.
Just
Oh god,
random stuff and it's cool.
it's so cool. I am very excited about with the direction they're going with the series because it's a
Mhm.
very new direction for them, and it
Yeah.
seems like they're doing it very well.
And Marvel's known for having some really good out there stories, especially with Doctor Strange, and I think
Oh yes.
which is why I want to see more of this. I'm really hoping they go with this just fucking crazy stuff because they've finished their thing. They made the best-selling movie ever. They can do whatever they want. Take advantage of that.
Be so cool, man.
So
It'd be so cool if they immediately reach the climax of their overall of their regular superhero progression story and then realized, well, this is like the progression of the normal superhero story. We can't really go anywhere from here. And then everyone just looked at each other immediately and went, well, let's stop making superhero movies then.
yeah, let's just make anything with Marvel characters. And they made a sitcom with WandaVision and the psychological horror undertone. And it's amazing. It's one of the coolest
This
things.
is
And we're
giving
only
me
2 episodes
real
in.
like Loki. This is giving me
Oh,
real
I'm
like
so excited for Loki.
local fifth. Not Loki. Loki looks really cool, but I was gonna say it's giving me like Loki. This is giving me like local 58 vibes, and that is
guys,
fucked.
you know, right? That is the perfect description of this. This is Local 58 Marvel, and I love it.
Listen, I love Local 58 so much, but Local 58 is fucked.
Oh,
So
it's
if you're
scary.
comparing it to
WandaVision
WandaVision,
isn't as bad, I don't
Oh.
think. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We're only 2 episodes in, but it's
Wanda
definitely the same
dies.
vibe of just mind fuck.
Wanda looks at the moon and dies.
Wanda might just change the moon for all we know. She can
Oh my
distort
God.
reality at this point. It's crazy what it does. And it's only from tiny things I picked up on. If you watch it, you're going to have just an average sitcom. Like, the entire thing is almost entirely just a sitcom.
Oh,
And it's funny,
That's
too. It's
so
a good
weird.
sitcom. But then there's tiny hints where it just messes with you, and I love it.
dude, I love shows like that.
Yeah.
I am in a very much love hate relationship. Or I'm a very love hate relationship with shows like that because I love to God shows like that. I think they are incredibly interesting and it is so cool, but they're also
Yeah.
fucking terrifying to me, even when they're not supposed to be. Like I just don't like the general tone of this isn't what it's supposed to be. Or there is
Exactly.
more to this of
Like,
than what you think it is.
and you can get that. You
Or
can
this
tell
isn't
every so
real.
often
That
something's wrong.
that stuff fucks with my head, and I love
You
it
can
so
tell
much.
something's
But it's
just wrong. Something's off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's so good. I can't wait for this series. This is gonna be probably my favorite Disney Plus series thus far, just because it's creative.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
neat.
I still have no idea what Loki's about. I haven't watched
Loki,
it,
I
but the
think-
trailer looks
So
cool.
from the trailers, I looked it up. Loki is going to be a time agent.
What?
So yeah, the agency that he joined up with is a time agency in
I thought-
Marvel. He's going to be a time agent. We just got a time travel show now with Marvel.
It really looked like he was being convicted in the trailer. That doesn't line up.
He's probably a time criminal. Remember how
Oh,
Loki
do you
came
think
back?
do you think this is basically his community service for being a
Yes.
criminal?
He's a time criminal, and this is community service. He has to
Also-
fix and deal with other time
Is
criminals.
his name Owen Williams? Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's in it.
Mm.
Wow.
Rare. I can't do this voice at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
I love these things. These are so cool. I'm actually less excited now for Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I'm sure will be an incredibly good series dealing with a lot of cool and interesting concepts. It'll make that one guy who Zemo,
I don't know.
Baron Zemo, I think, who was very underplayed in Civil War, is gonna really like give him character again, like he's supposed to have, where he's just this
But,
evil
like,
terroristic mastermind.
It just
That
doesn't.
looks good too, but
It just does not compare to the
it
originality of
doesn't
these new
compare
shows.
to just the originality of WandaVision being just insane.
Huh.
I watched both episodes and I have no clue what's happening. I'm all for it.
I'm really worried that when it starts to take the turn into she's escaping oh, it's
Mhm.
all crumbling down, then it's not gonna be nearly as interesting.
Yeah, let's hope. I hope it stays up, but we'll see. I hope it's. I hope like it,
I hope there's like a
keeps its
smoother
rhythm going.
transition.
Yeah.
Like I hope it's like that, like the freaking Inside Number 9 or Black Mirror kind of hit where you're like, where it has that kind of transition of, oh, this wasn't real, like
Yeah.
ever.
I hope it has
Oh God, what if
like
like,
issues of like because there are people in it. If it starts to crumble, they have to deal with the people being like, "Well, I don't want to stop existing," and like one of them just vanishes or something.
huh? What if like Hydra is using like an altered version? Because we know this type of technology exists because it was shown off in Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah.
So what if they're using like an altered version of that technology to instead of doing it externally, they just do it immediately into her brain?
Let's see. Spider-Man: Far From Home. Which one? Oh, the Visions thing, the fake visual thing.
Yeah, the thing that Jake Gyllenhaal made.
Maybe. I think another theory I have is that because Hydra is very anti-mutants usually,
Mm-hmm.
and Wanda technically is a mutant.
Yeah.
So maybe mutants exist, and the people in the show are being experimented on by Hydra, and they're put into a simulation
Oh.
to mess with mutants.
Mm.
I don't know. There's so many theories you could have because it's such a weird show.
And I haven't even seen it yet, and it's already super interesting to talk about.
Do you want to watch it afterwards? It's only like an hour for both episodes.
I don't know the login to my Disney Plus.
I can.
And also, I think I told DJ that I was gonna go play Beat Saber with him because we had
Uh,
this thing where we were gonna do it for like an hour every day to get like a workout in.
all right, that's fair.
Which also, this is tone shift. Beat Saber multiplayer is a very good experience. Yeah, a drink. I don't care. The tea or something. Yeah. So this episode of the Pineapples and Pixels podcast is featuring my dad coming in to ask if I want something from the gas station. Okay, but to tone shift, there's a really quick side tangent. Beat Saber multiplayer is a weirdly good experience where, like, so hey, you know how in rhythm games the multiplayer is normally just you can get most scores laying side by side. It's the same thing in Beat Saber. It's not original in any way, but it is still pretty cool, and it's very fun to play the level side by side with, excuse me, with someone. It is a very good experience. It's very nice. The only thing I don't like about it is that there is no voice chat, so you have to use Oculus's really bad voice chat. It's not awful, I don't know, but it was a pretty good experience, and it's very well made. It is just the classic side by side, whoever gets the most score wins kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you don't get to play like different songs. It's not like a radio thing where you just get to hang out with your friends and play different songs. No, it's competitive, but I still really fun experience. Anyways, end of side tangent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay.
weird. It's a weird looking show. I'm excited. Can't wait. I can't wait for more.
Video gaming. Oh yeah, but I love shows that do writing like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what other examples I could give you, but I love shows that do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just have those little hints.
Or something's wrong, but we don't know what.
Oh yeah. And a lot of the things that do that are like YouTube web series, so it's nice to see somebody else take a shot at this.
Yeah, it's cool to see that it's not just YouTube web series that do this now. It's cool to see, Disney themselves take a shot at just weird.
Who's writing this show?
I don't actually know. Let me look. Jack Schaefer.
Hold on.
Who is this? She is an American film director, producer, and screenwriter for the featuring Timer. Oh, she wrote Black Widow, the movie. Those are very different tones.
She wrote Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
Oh, that's not the type of person that would be writing this. Is she the only one writing this? I'm sure there's other people.
Should I be like the head writer?
I'd assume so. Huh. Maybe she didn't really. To be fair, I don't think Olaf's Adventure was very good. Maybe this is why. Maybe
This
she
is
didn't want to write Olaf's
also.
Frozen Adventure.
I was gonna say maybe she just didn't care about it. This is
Yeah.
also. She's also the producer for the show, or a producer.
Hmm. And she's
No,
doing
she's
a
the
good
executive
job.
producer of 2 episodes.
Oh, cool. Well, she's doing a really good job then, because that was just weird and crazy.
She's finally like found something that she like really likes to
Yeah.
watch. Like the only thing that she likes to write. Like the only other things that really stick out to me again are Olaf's Frozen Adventure and like The Hustle. I don't recognize any other movies, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Hustle, but I heard it wasn't very good. So it's fine. It's good that she's finally found like her writing niche.
Good, yeah. Writing something that people enjoy.
Oh yeah, and that she
It's
seems
good.
to very much
What she's
enjoy.
done so far is great. Really enjoyed it. I can't wait for next week's episode. I can't wait for the episode that's set in like a high school.
Huh.
Yeah, what are the sitcom? What are the sitcoms? Because we have the '70s sitcom. What happens after that? What's the next generation? Oh, we're gonna have
Like
a
Friends,
we're gonna have a One Division version of
The Office.
The Office. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh
Vivian,
God.
did you stab Michael? I don't know.
It cuts to Vision. It cuts to Vision. And it's just like, this guy has been messing with me all day, so I decided to shapeshift into a bear to scare him, and also I fucking ate him.
No, he doesn't eat things as a robot. Vision's like, so Dwight's been messing with me all week. So to mess with him, I became Dwight. Time to mentally destroy him.
I became Dwight.
Time to psychologically manipulate my fellow co-workers.
Oh dear God. Oh.
We're gonna get a Friends version. That's probably accurate. We probably will get a Friends version though. That's probably a good. That's a good guess.
Oh God. We get like Friends. We get like that 80s show or that 70s show,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
I think that's next week. We're gonna get. Eventually, we'll reach the postmodern version where it's a parody of sitcoms.
Oh yeah.
So Vision shoots a man.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder gets addicted to ketamine.
Oh man.
Just random stuff happens.
Like, and there's that whole story that we see in the trailer where there's like the tank strolling up, and it's like, is this place real? I don't know. We have to protect it anyways because this is our home. Do you think that is also a parody? Like, what if that's also a parody and that's not the actual story of the episode? That's just a parody of action shows, and like that's not the actual resolution to the series.
Maybe
That would be much cooler than if it just was, we need to protect our virtual home. Like,
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Cool. It's weird. I'm excited.
It's very cool that in every clip, literally every clip, and every time it cuts, it is distinct. I don't, and I haven't watched it like over and over again, but from what I can remember, there is not like one clip that matches up with another completely in any of it. There are not 2 clips in that trailer that I can look at and say confidently these are from the same episode. And I'm very excited about that.
They have different styles. There's like film grain added for the there's film grain added for certain ones, black and
just
white
looks
for some of them.
so
Yeah.
good.
I'm excited. Really excited to see the rest of it. I think I'm out of topics.
I definitely am.
We've been going for an hour and like 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's a very good time. I would like to get, again, one more thing. You should go subscribe to me and 8-Bit if you like this podcast.
Yeah.
You don't like our individual content, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I am going to look back into streaming, especially in the coming weeks, just because I am in a situation where I've gotten a work schedule better kind of clocked down. And I want to get back into streaming. I think it'd be really cool. So give me things to do and I'll stream it if it's cool. But I'm very
I want you
excited.
to stream a pineapple for 7 hours straight.
7-hour pineapple stream.
Yeah.
Dear
I don't
God.
want you don't have to be in the video. You're optional.
By
I
the
just wanna
end,
see
by
the
the end,
pineapple.
I just come in and knock the pineapple over.
Yes.
But I want to get back into streaming. I know 8-Bit has been doing more stuff on his channel. I think. I don't know what that grunt means, but
I said, mm-hmm.
oh, I just heard and I was like, okay, maybe he isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm dying. Come to my channel to watch my 4-week slow death.
You should definitely go watch my favorite video of him eating a hamburger for 5 minutes straight.
I think a lot of people already have. I have how many views on that again?
Yeah, the latest video I have is the DMCA
64.
video. So I need to go do stuff
I
that is
watched
maybe
the
a little bit more
Malaysia
cheerful.
incident.
What?
Go watch the Malaysia incident highlight reel.
Oh yeah, well, it was funny. It was a good one, especially if you missed that episode. This is plugging our channels for the last 9 minutes. I changed my stream layout recently. It hasn't been shown because I haven't streamed. But I went through and kind of revamped it. I got a new camera just because my other camera was taken. But I'm very excited, and I hope it'll be fun. What about you, 8-Bit?
I make videos. I make videos, mostly hourly. I stole that joke from Scott the Woz.
No.
I'm a serial plagiarist. All of my videos are stolen. I'm not even real. None of this is real. This is all an illusion. Wake up, pineapple.
I ended the